Yes, people, welcome back. Views from the Skywalk, episode 15. Yeah, man, I don't even know where to start. First of all, thanks, Tanya, for coming on.
No worries, man. I can't say I'm not happy to be here. It's a pleasure, but mate, what a shit show, man. What a fucking shit show. I've got champagne. What am I celebrating? Cheers to Spurs being shit, bruv. Cheers to them being shit.
Listen, I don't know where to start, man. Like, I mean, I guess I want to talk about the performance a little bit. I think we should start with the lineup. I mean, I don't think there's a single fan. I don't think there's a single Tottenham fan that would have been happy with that lineup. I mean, what's your guys' thoughts on the lineup?
Well, I mean, I know Ndombele has not been great for the last however many months or so, but in a game like this, we've seen him perform against Man City. He's one of our few players with a little bit of creativity about him. He had to start that game, in my opinion. Believe it or not, yeah, you man know I don't like Winks, but I feel like he had to start that game. I like the idea of Winks against Man City.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree
wanted to see Winks and then Ndombele ahead of them. Lo Celso did not deserve a start. And I've been backing Lo Celso from the start. I'm officially disowning him.
Wow, you're disowning him.
Keep backing.
Ash. This is Ash's fault.
You know what? Yeah, I don't think he's a bad player. I don't think he's a bad.
Why is it my fault? Sorry.
No, because you hate Lo Celso. But to be fair,
I don't hate you.
He ain't pushed nothing onto me. I'm my own man.
I just think that the guy. Listen, it's a split decision between the fan base, isn't it? But me, I'm on the side that don't think he's good enough for the football club.
Lo Celso's a La Liga player. He needs so much time on the ball. You ain't gonna have that. And he's had enough time to adapt to the quickness of it. And for me, it just seems like he's one of them, man. He needs more time. He's not going to get that here. So for him to start that game, for me, that's the wrong decision. We'll get onto the subs later on, but I weren't happy with them either. And you know what, yeah? Our defence that I've been criticising so much, they weren't even as bad as I've seen this season.
Bro, let's
they were solid.
Yeah?
Lloris wanted
brilliant.
Dyer,
brilliant.
Other than that one incident, yeah, where he gave the ball away and Foden hit the post, I'd be wanting to dash my Magnum through the TV. Other than that, even Dyer wasn't that bad.
Yeah, no, he made a good. He made some good blocks. He made some.
And do you know what? He did miss a place, a few passes, but he did have a good game. Alderweireld, I thought I couldn't even fault it. I couldn't have faulted him.
He didn't put a foot wrong in my opinion.
No,
he didn't put a foot wrong. He very rarely does in big games. In big games, Alderweireld very rarely does. He's always been a consistent defender. Yes, he's dipped off because of age. It happens. He's lost his best partner. It happens. But individually, he's the best centre back. He's the best centre back we've had since Ledley King.
Yeah,
100%. It's criminal that Jose didn't play him, but
criminal,
for me,
absolutely criminal. And it's personal issues with Jose, but it is what isn't it? But
I don't want to see Winks in any lineup. I can't lie to you. I get the logic behind it, but it's just these same players that for me just aren't it. Like, pick your best possible lineup, and that would include the likes of Ndombele and not Winks. But I don't know what Mason was thinking. I don't know if he was overthinking it slightly. I don't know why he didn't pick Ndombele. Was he sick? Was he unfit? I don't get it. I actually don't get it.
My theory is that
I know why he picked Winks.
He saw the lineup. Man, yeah. He to Mason, like, big man, who even are you? Who are you?
He's picked Harry Winks because he knows that we're not really going to have the ball, and we need legs in that midfield. When you're going up against a midfield of De Bruyne, Gundogan, you need legs. You need legs. You need people to be run. You need people to be chasing down players. You need players to be putting tackles in. Sissoko, the energy that we needed in that midfield, Winks had to start, in my opinion. Not over Ndombele, but I was saying before the game on Clubhouse that I would have started Winks, Højbjerg, and Ndombele. That would have been my midfield. And Ndombele, yes, hasn't been that great, but at the end of the day, he's our best midfielder. I expect better from him, but in the cup final, you got to play your best players, yeah? I think Kane, Son, ain't got a problem with that. Right back, left back, no problem. I think that was main. I mean, I've come to realise that Dyer is better than Sanchez. He just is, right?
Yeah, if you have to pick between the two, you'd probably say Dyer just edges it, but
yeah.
I'm not going to get carried away. Like Dyer, okay, he had a good performance, but still, he's not good enough long term for this football club. But he is better.
He will be here next season.
Oh yeah, 100%. He'll be here.
That's the worst. And you know what? I might not be there. I might be here.
And do you know what? Like, so going on to the game now, yeah. There's so many. Like, yes, yeah, I understand. Look, we're not gonna. It's very difficult to say, you know, we can go beat Man City, but it's a one-off game, right? So this whole thing about, oh yeah, but Man City are the better team. Yes, they are the better team, but it's a one-off game. But that still doesn't take away the fact that we didn't approach the game in the right way. Now, in my opinion, what we were lacking in that game was, first things first, we're trying to play out from the back, right?
Oh,
we're trying to play out from the back
all the time.
We're trying to play out from the back. Now, here's my problem. When you're playing out from the back, you need to have midfielders, yeah? When you're playing out from the back, you need to have midfielders that are comfortable coming back, receiving the ball, either driving forward or playing key forward passes into the forwards, right? When I'm looking at that game again, and I watched the extended highlights on YouTube just today, yeah? Hotspur and Winks, your positioning, yeah? It's very easy to hide in a team behind Man City players. For me, neither Hotspur or Winks looked like they wanted to receive the ball and take it forward. And many a time when the ball was played into Hotspur and Winks, rather than passing it forwards, they turned around and passed it back to Toby, back to Dyer, and then Toby and Dyer, they're trying to pass it to the fullbacks. Let me tell you one thing, neither fullback looked like they wanted the ball. Aurier, all the time, his arm was like that. I remember when I'm watching the game and I see where Dyer is and Toby, they're looking at the fullbacks now like, are you going to come and receive the ball? None of them look like they wanted to receive the ball. So the whole game plan of playing out from the back, it was a disaster from start to finish. That's what I saw of it. Disaster.
The whole first half was a disaster. It was just one-way traffic. Like Man City were playing holograms. Let's face it, like we weren't there. We did not pose any threat whatsoever. And that's the frustrating thing. I knew it from minute one we weren't winning. I just knew it. You can just sense it. We didn't want it. Didn't want it. Man City, they were at it from minute one. They were like, right, come break us down. Didn't do nothing. Didn't do anything.
I can't believe we managed to get into half time and 0-0.
Do you know what?
Do you know what though? One thing I'll say is we did defend very, very well in that first half.
It was a solid
very
defensive
well
display.
In terms of Aurier, awful, right? Regulon
trash, dead.
Listen,
that
Regulon was the worst player on the pitch.
No, I have to agree.
No doubt in my mind, worst player on the pitch.
For me, Sissoko lost us the game, innit? But we'll get into Sissoko later.
We'll get into Sissoko, but here's my problem, yeah? Here's my problem. We had. Listen, here's a problem. When you play out from the back, you need midfielders that will not just show. Anyone can show for the ball. I can show for the ball. My nan can show for the ball. You have to show for the ball, demand it, and then go and do something with it. Either take it forward, drive forward, play a forward pass, not sideways, not backwards. Because when you're passing it sideways, you're inviting all the pressure on from the opposition team, and then it makes it even harder for you to break out, yeah? This midfield lacks conviction. There's no one in Hotspur is very good at intercepting, making tackles. He's not good at playing the ball out. He's not good at saying, right, give me the ball, I'm going to drive forward. Eriksen was coming, dropping deep, receiving the ball, off he goes. We don't have that anymore. Don't have it. So this whole thing of trying to play out from the back, I don't think you can do it with Tottenham unless you work on it in training, work on it. Harry Winks, too many times he gets the ball, he looks, puzzles, pass it backwards. That's not how you play from the back. It's not how you do it.
You don't remember the one main chance that we had here where Kane's passed it to Hotspur on the side and he's passed it.
Don't. Why was that in Hotspur's? Why was that at his feet? Why?
It wasn't.
And the thing is, right? The good parts of the two midfielders we played, they got a lot of legs. They put challenges in, but sadly, none of them like to show for the ball. And it kills me to say it, but under Pochettino, Harry Winks would do it more often than not because that was Pochettino's philosophy. build up from the back, take the ball forward. No one was doing that. And then what happens is when you do that, all of a sudden, people wonder why Kane's not doing nothing. Well, guess what? He's not getting any service. What do you want Kane to do? Drop back to our box and take the ball.
Bro, for me, the biggest issue is that you got no creativity in that midfield. If the whole game we're trying to build out from the back, if you're going to play that type of football, you need Ndombele in the midfield. He's the one man that can pass through the channels. And
not even that, he'll get the ball and he'll take it forward. He'll play a risky pass. We didn't have any risk takers in that team in terms of passing it forward because they were scared of Man City, right? Too many times.
Terrified of them.
People will say that. People will say that Kane had a quiet game, and he did, but that's because he's trying to do up 2 roles all the time.
Yep.
What to do?
He's trying to create.
And then the
no
thing
service
is,
as well.
And
no
then the
service.
thing is, what happened is, when they were trying to play out from the back and they weren't able to, what happened was eventually when the pressure was, when there was too many men from Man City coming at us, you'd see Toby and Dyer just hoof it long. And here's the other problem. Here's the other problem. Second balls, we lost. We did not win. We lost about 95% of the second balls. Every time a second ball fell into the midfield, every time it was kicked long, every time it was a header off someone, every time the ball fell loose into the midfield, it was always a Man City player picking up that ball. It was never us. We was always on the back foot, never aggressive, and it killed us.
Well, you know what? I don't know about you lot, but what annoyed me after the game when I'm seeing Son crying.
Please, don't.
Son's one of my favourite Spurs players of all time. He's been rubbish the last few months.
Sorry, what?
Listen, it's a personal thing. It's a personal thing, innit? I was
raised one of your favourites. Bro, I'll be honest, Son don't even make my top 10.
Oh, no, don't be like that, Ash.
Son don't make my top 10.
Another topic here, but Son had probably the worst performance I've seen in a Spurs shirt from him. He couldn't complete simple 5-yard passes.
That's why I don't want to see no crying from any of these players. They make me sick.
Do you know how I see it? Yeah.
I say all the time, I feel sorry for Kane. I feel sorry for Son because they deserve to win these trophies. These men have played in 4 or 5 finals in the last 10, 12 years. Not won nothing. Ain't even scored goals in them finals. So what I won't be saying from now on is, I feel sorry for them. We need to.
Yeah, no, I don't feel sorry for them. No way.
Like the way I see it,
Don't tell me Kane wasn't fully fit because either your ankle's injured or it's not. It's not.
and the way I see it,
he was 100%, bro, and I didn't see nothing.
The way I see it, I'm not going to get onto Kane at all because the way we played, there was no service. But what I want to say is this like the thing I was saying about, and I'm going to say it again about. When you're playing up from the back, you need to have midfielders that have conviction that say, yes, lads, give me the ball, show for the ball and take it forward, right? These are football basics. Yeah? There was times where all Harry Winks had to do when he got the ball and Højbjerg make like a 10 to 15 yard run, and then that creates more space. They were static. They didn't want to move forward.
The basics,
but
Ash.
These are the football basics. What have you been learning your whole life? You're not applying it in this game. You're not applying it. So it don't matter who the manager is in this situation because you're not doing the basics right. And when you're not doing the basics right, it's not down to any manager. It's down to individuals. It's down to individuals. It's down. I think people were saying, is it low confidence? But what low confidence that you can't drive with the ball? They were scared. They were scared.
It's mentality. It's so their mentality stinks, and that's why these players. I don't want to see no Instagram posts of like, "Come on, boys, back next week for the next game." Don't want to hear it. Don't even show your face for that matter. Do you know what? I'd rather the bloody youngsters play for us. Do it on the pitch. Get the youngsters out, mate. I'd rather the youngsters. I think they do a better job. I'm sick of it, man. You bottle it. Week in, week out. I'm tired.
Times I've seen posts after we've lost in a final or a semi-final saying, so disappointed, but at least now we've got the experience to build on to the next one.
Fuming.
How much
do you know what, a big part of my problem was the way he was building out from the back. Now, this is another one of my problems now. The wingers, right? this for me was a tactical instruction because I've seen them do it before. Son and Mora were not going with their runners on the wings. They were staying too narrow on the pitch, right? The wingers were going wide, yeah. When the fullbacks then start overlapping, Son and Mora aren't running with them. So what ended up happening is you have the two wider midfield. So you have Højbjerg and Lo Celso on the other side, right? They were moving out to cover up the numbers because you had a fullback and a winger. So it was 2v1 versus our fullback. Then the midfielders were getting dragged out wide because the wingers weren't, right? So that left gaps in our midfield. That's why De Bruyne was finding himself in pockets all over the pitch, and Gundogan, yeah, because the wingers weren't running with their runners on wide enough, and you're leaving gaps in the midfield, and the wingers aren't filling those gaps in the midfield. So it was a disaster from start to finish, and I think that was a tactical thing because we've seen so many times Son is covering when there's runners, when there's overlapping fullback, Son is there on covering. They were far too narrow and they were allowing it to happen. That's how.
For me, we just need a good coach, man. I know we'll get into that later, but for me, I watch us. I just don't know what the plan is. And I think we just look lost. Like, we look so disorientated. We don't play as a team. I just see it as there's a player here, you go there, and just,
there's no cohesion.
There's nothing. There's no cohesion whatsoever.
These guys look like someone just picked 10 random players off the face
pick
of this
and mix,
planet.
bruv. It's pick and mix.
It looks like someone. It looked like someone picked 10 outfield players from any parts of this world, stuck them on the pitch, and said, "Go on, lads, play against Man City."
Yeah, here you go.
Riyad Mahrez had an incredible game. Man was playing on no carbs, bro, no energy, fasting football, and man ran rings around our defense, bro.
Bro, he was playing against fucking mannequins. Mannequins, bro.
Oh, yeah, I can't do
mannequins. What were they? Scarecrows. That's what they were.
20 years old.
And here's another one of my problems, right? I understand you don't push Man City. You don't want to press them high up the pitch. But when you get to the final third, that's when you have to have you have to have some fight and say, no, we're not going to let you play your football. When they come to the final third, you get out at them, get tight to them. There was no one getting tight. You're standing off saying, go on, Kevin, pick one of the beautiful balls that you do week in, week out. That's what you were doing.
They've got no cojones, mate.
When you get to that final third, that's when you say, no, we're not going to let you run us over. You get out onto them. Don't give them time on the ball. You give Kevin time on the ball, he will pass through the lines time and time again, and Sterling will run around and get the ball through the lines time and time again. It will happen.
I mean, you know why I'm vexed though? And people will say, what did you expect? Man City are so much better. Listen, I didn't expect to beat Man City. I didn't. But
it's a one-off game, bro. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
I'm disappointed in the way we played. I feel like we was good defensively other than Reguilon and a couple other players. But going forwards, we had nothing attacking. Even when we was 1-0 down and there was 5 minutes to play, you would think it was still 0-0. I didn't see nothing. I didn't see them turn it on going forwards. Nothing.
I mean, I think they turned it on maybe 10 minutes into the second half. We looked slightly better. But this is one of my other problem now. So these are my problems. Playing up from the back, yeah. Wingers not covering their runners, yeah. And static in the final third, right? Another one of my problems.
Sissoko.
Usually,
we've got to talk about Sissoko.
Yeah, we'll talk about him later. But another one of my problems was usually when we're shit, right? At least going forward, we've got something about us.
We had nothing.
We were absolutely toothless going forward. Nothing.
But this is the problem, and that's why I was disappointed, because we still could have beat City. I'm not even going to be delusional here, because they had so many chances. And do you know what? I'm not going to lie. There was a small part of me that thought we're still in this game. If we actually just pose a bit of threat and have some balls and actually, show a bit of threat, right? We might actually win this game. But we didn't even. What did the goalkeeper have to make any saves? I don't remember any big chances.
You've got Man City's second goalkeeper, and you had 2 shots on goal the whole game, and 1 was on target. It's a disgrace.
That's shocking. That's so bad, man.
Disgrace. Imagine, I didn't even clock
that final
until 40 odd minutes. I must have been waved. I didn't clock Edison wasn't starting.
It's an absolute disgrace.
I said to my brother, who's that? Man telling me, Stefan. I said, why are we not licking shots?
That's what I was saying. I would have been licking shots.
Nines and Teflon, fam.
And the thing is, in the first half, please tell me how many times do we progress the ball up the pitch and get into their half and try to do something? Once or twice?
Not many.
The only chance I remember was Lo Celso's chance, and I think the goalkeeper saved it. But if we had a bit more of that non-stop, we could have got something. But I don't know. We were just happy to let City play.
And
that's the mentality of these players,
going on to the substitutions now.
Oh, mate.
I'm sick and tired. Why was Lucas Moura coming off the pitch? He was the only one in that half, attacking-wise, trying to make things happen. He was doing his little thing where he gets the ball, turns quick, beats the player, drives forward. He was the only one doing what we needed to do. And you take him off the pitch. Why?
I don't know, man. Ryan Mason deserves criticism, though. I can't lie to you. Second game or not, I have to question his footballing brain. Like, you watch football. Like, you've been watching us play this whole season. I'm sure he has been. Because I see him tweet, about Harry Kane and all of that. And you're meaning to tell me you ain't been watching Sissoko this whole season? What on earth is my man going to do coming on that pitch?
I mean, like, for me, it should have been, you take Lo Celso off, you move Lucas Moura into the more of an attack in the role that Lo Celso was playing, and you bring on Bell, right? If you don't want to take off Son, that is, right? Dele Alli, what has he done all
Smelly
season?
Alli, bruv. Smelly Alli. Absolute dead.
What has he done all season? Why was Ndombele not brought on?
I'll be honest with you, You see, before the game started, man, seeing Mason on the touchline. You see, when I see him wearing some zip-up sweatshirt underneath his blazer, we're losing. We're losing this game.
You're rude.
We're losing, bro. And then when I see man bring on Musa Sissoko, I've said it before.
Man.
Sissoko is a -1 player substitution. You bring him on, he's not positively impacting the game. I don't care what you believe he's going to do, shore up the defense. He's dead food, bro. Brought man on, it's his fault we conceded that goal.
Bro, he can't run, bro. He can't.
He told him off the ball, and what's he doing? He can't jump.
He can't. Do you know what? Yeah. Do you know what I think? Yeah, I think he's actually an idiot. Like, Eric Dyer, before that goal went in, was pointing to him saying, "There's Laporte." It's like the guy don't understand English. Like, he's telling you there's a man there. He's donkey. He's a fish. He's got fish brain. Yeah. Like, the guy's telling you that there's a man. You're a grown man, professional footballer playing Premier League, World Cups. The guy's telling you there's a guy there. You're not even turning around. Not even doing that.
He's clueless.
And not only
He's
that,
absolutely clueless,
what kind of
mate.
a pathetic attempt was that to win the ball? With a header. He was like,
why you can't jump? Even I've seen man score headers for us and he still didn't jump. Man was flat-footed.
Bro, this guy is robbing a living at this football club. He's robbing a living. He's getting paid 80 grand a week to do absolute niche.
And we paid 30 mil for this guy, 30 mil,
If Sissoko's here next season,
30 mil.
I am not here.
If Sissoko's here, I'm done. I'm done.
Delete me, bro. Seriously, just delete me.
You might as well liquidate the club if he's here.
And you know what? I have to clear this up already, man. I seen the Never a Foul channel tweet. Man's not a QPR fan, yeah. The shirt's given to me. I didn't buy it. I don't have no affiliation to QPR. It's just it's a West London thing. Carnival's around the corner. You get me? That's why I'm repping. Other than that,
but you know what? Yeah, free in midfield. This is a good comment. Hold on. Kane and Ndombele, Rodon, and Reguilon, Alderweireld and Reguilon to extent are the only ones worth keeping. Do you know what?
That's facts.
I 100% agree with that. 100%. Reguilon, you need to fix up. What the fuck?
Do you know what, Ash? When you said I'm giving him one more season, I can't lie to you. I agree.
I'm not giving him one more season. I'm giving him for the first game next season. I want to see performances. If I don't see performances, I'm onto him. And there should be pressure on him because he's not good enough. Worst player on the pitch yesterday. Him and Son, worst players on the pitch, right? And it's a shame because earlier on in the season, there were arguably two of our better players. Going forward, Reguilon never really I never kind of felt defensively worried about him, right? I thought he was okay. Going forward, I don't need to say anything else.
He missed Højbjerg from that list though. Like, I would still keep Højbjerg. I think he's a good player. Mel's dying.
Mel.
Bergwijn, you know, she's always coming with the Bergwijn. But
I would rather man's Muro and Eddie is on the pitch than that because
bruv, I would rather have Alan Hutton than Stephen Bergwijn.
Yeah,
don't.
I don't know about Alan Hutton.
Do you know what? Yeah,
I'd rather have Ryan Mason than Sissoko, bro. I'll tell you that.
Oh,
100%.
listen,
100%.
I'd take Ryan Mason.
How many finals has Sissoko's lost us? Sissoko's lost us 2 finals now. What kind of bro? What kind of person? What kind of idiot when you're in your own box? When you're in your own box, what kind of idiot puts their hand up like this? I would have punched him up at full time. I swear to God. I would have rushed him.
Oh, mate. We actually have a team full of jokers, you know. It's actually mad. They play for Tottenham Hotspur. You play for my club. Get the hell out. I don't want to see these men here. I don't want to see you. Sissoko, bye.
To be entertaining.
Bro, we are running.
I don't get no entertainment out of it.
We are not Tottenham Hotspur FC. We are a care home. We are NHS. Yeah? We're a hospital. We're running a vaccine center. Yeah, we've got a vaccine center. We run a vaccine center, and also in our dressing room. Yeah, it's a flipping hospital ward, bruv. Because most players can't run. They can't run. They're either not fit or they either get injured every 5 minutes. Yeah, we're a care home.
I guarantee Harringay Borough beat our first team. I guarantee.
Huh?
Harringay Borough beat our first team.
Bro, listen. I've watched our under 18 3 times this season. Yeah, I guarantee you our under 18s would beat.
They're balling out, you know. They win every week.
You know what?
They're
I want to see pre-season game, under 18s versus first team. I want to see it. I want to see it because I know they're gonna beat us. I watch the way they play. They build from the back. They drive forward. They play risky passes in between the lines. Alfie Devine, bro, he'll be dancing through. Alfie Devine would dance through that entire midfield. No,
yes, and he's better than half these men that play.
But really and truly, yeah, I know he's like 16. Bring him into the first team. I don't care, bruv. I don't care how young you are. If you're good enough, you're good enough, man.
It's got to a point where I'm so tired of seeing these current players.
I'm tired.
Bring them up in it. Listen. Alfie Devine is turning. Alfie Devine is not even 16. Alfie Devine's turning 17. Yeah. Dane Scarlett.
Yeah, man, he's ready. Bring him. Bring him up to the first team.
I see man might all be 40, but
yeah, don't be rude. Don't be rude.
Spurs deleted it. But I saw the picture. You might be older. That's all I'm saying.
But listen, it's worth something's got to change in it. We've tried every single midfield combination this season. We've tried Sissoko, we've tried Winks, we've tried Lo Celso, and it's not working, right? Something needs to give. Listen, just try it, innit? Try it.
That's what I'm saying. You know what? I think if I was Ryan Mason, I'd experiment. Inject some youngsters in. Why have we never done that? When I look at Arsenal, they've brought in Smith Rowe, players like that. Why are we not doing that? Let's look at our academy. There could be some gems in there.
There could be. And
why are we not trying them?
And you
it's
know
got to
what,
be better than Sissoko.
And you know what is the thing about gems is there's certain players that you would never think are a gem. Not many people thought much of Harry Kane. Like he was one that people were maybe. Don't get me wrong, there were some people that thought this guy's got it all, but there was a lot of people that weren't sure about him. Yeah. And Tim Sherwood gave him the opportunity and the guy took it. And since then he has not missed. He's been performing season in, season out. So listen, something's got to give, man. Something has got to give. Like if we don't go out and make I'm not asking for marquee signings or whatever, but I'm asking for Leicester got Wilfred and Ndidi, in my opinion, probably one of the best defensive midfielders in the league. They signed him for £17 million.
But they've got the right structure in place though, Ash. They've got a solid recruitment system there. We don't have that. I can't see us spending 17 million on a player that's going to be of quality. Look at what we bought. We bought Doherty for 15 million. How's that worked out for us? Absolute disaster.
You know what? Yeah, I think Matt Doherty is a player that everyone at Spurs has given up on. I just hope so. This is a good point actually. Oliver Skip he needs to come back into this side ASAP.
Do you know what? I don't know if we're regretting sending some of these players out on loan. I mean, Skip, don't get me wrong, I think it's been good for him. But even players like Sessegnon, like, I don't know, are we missing players like that? I don't know how he's performing for Hoffenheim. I don't know. Maybe you can...
Yeah? I ain't got much hope for that guy. I ain't.
No, don't say that.
I haven't.
But see the thing about Skip,
listen, what's going to happen is he's been playing wing back for Hoffenheim.
And then he's going to go into our back four and be dead. We all know it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's a big transition going into from wing back to full back, because the gate, especially depending on how you play, what is asked of you is very different, very different, right? The communication and the cohesion you need to have with the back four with the centre backs playing as a wing back is completely different to playing full back.
Yeah.
I do want to say something about Skip real quick though, and that's he's been great for Norwich this season. Fair play to him, and everyone's saying, yeah, no, he needs to come back, go straight into the first team. Listen, we got big problems in our midfield, and Skip's been doing well. I hear everyone, but at the same time, let's not put so much pressure on this guy to come in and fix all our issues, because
100%, man, I agree.
He is playing in a dominant team in the Championship. He ain't played in the Prem consistently. We shouldn't put everything on this guy's shoulders to say, yeah, he's going to come back and be our saviour. Because I know what some of our fans are like. He's going to come in for a few games.
Yeah.
They're not going to see what's expected of him. They're going to get onto him, allow all of that. He's a young boy. He's learning his trade still. We shouldn't rely on him to come back and be our saviour. He's still a kid. Allow him. But he's a good young prospect, and he will be good for us in the future.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. I agree. But I think it's just the situation of our club right now is that there'll be pressure on him because we're desperate. We're desperate for someone. No, like there's no conviction in this midfield. There's nothing. I look at this midfield and I see good individuals, but Hotspur needs players. Hotspur is a very one-dimensional midfielder. He's got 3 or 4 good attributes, and the rest.
Our midfield's weak. I can't lie. When you look at Wanyama and Dembele, they were absolute beasts. Strong. Absolute beasts. Like, it's just flimsy. Like, I just feel like any team could come up against them, and it's light work. It's light work.
It's fringe. Just
yeah.
Like they'll get bullied by most people, and like Jez just said here, there's some few gems in League One. Yeah, I don't know if I want to risk. it.
We might have to, though. We might have to.
Listen. There's players in the Premier League.
It's a different league.
There's players in the Premier League that I want. Yeah, Basuma, my number.
100%.
I need Basuma. I know there's going to be top clubs in for him, but we need to. This is what showing ambition is. Listen, Basuma will come to a club like Tottenham because he's at Brighton. We are a step up, right? So to say look, we can sign him, we just need to go out there and show the ambition. We need to have players at the club. People at the club that say yes, Basuma is the type of midfielder that we need, right?
But there is gems in the French league. There is, but I can't be asked to wait 2 seasons for it to watch.
Yeah, it's true. I can't.
Like there's 2 players from the French league. What's that winger from Newcastle? Thuvin. He plays for who's he play for now?
Marseille. Is it Marseille?
I think it's Marseille, yeah? He used to play for Newcastle, yeah? Flopped in the Premier League. He's banging goals for fun at Marseille now, yeah? I watched him play the other day. He looks like a different player. Look at Memphis Depay. Flopped at Man United, doing bits at Lyon, yeah? It's hit and miss. You can buy good players from there, don't get me wrong, but it's a different. Look at Ndombele. He's not been good enough. Not good enough.
It's true, because like Callum said, I just want players now. You come into the team and bang, you're at it and you're performing. I want instant impact. I want Bruno Fernandes impact. I want a player to come into this team and elevate us and take us to that next level. Because it's true, we signed too many players that we have to wait. It's jarring.
When have we had Van der Vaart? Yeah, maybe. But when have we had someone that has come in and made a Bruno Fernandes impact? I'm not asking for goals and assists like Bruno, but had that impact on our team. No one.
I can't lie. I'd struggle to count, really.
The thing is, why are we bringing in Lo Celso's for 50-odd mil from a different league? Yeah, he's done well in La Liga. When you got Grealish at the time.
Oh, don't. It makes no sense.
Where's the logic? Yeah,
I'm done with Lo Celso, man. I'm done with him.
My man from Fulham, I rate him as well. Even he would be a big improvement on Sissoko.
And Guisa, 100%. Bro, I'm telling you right now, Harrison Reed is better than he walks into our midfield. He does. That's how bad our midfield. I'm not saying
I'm
not saying I want Harrison Reed, but I'm just trying to say that's how bad we are right now. Harrison Reed will fly into this team.
We need to start actually getting players that play in the league, because really and truly, when you look at the signings that have worked this season, Højbjerg, I think he's been the player that has actually come in, and to be fair, he has had that impact because I think he's been in the league. We seem to think that buying players that we've never heard of is the answer. No, it's not. Buy players that are proven.
I want to know what other club was in for Lo Celso. I want my money back. I want a refund.
You know what? Yeah.
Listen, I've got
refund.
I've got all the receipts. I want a refund. I want a refund on this. I want a refund. I'm sorry, not good enough.
No. We'll do an exchange. Yeah. United can have Lo Celso, and we take back Fernandes. I think that could work.
We take back the guy that we should have signed. Oh my days.
Oh mate,
oh, my
what
days.
a joke! What a mess.
And the thing is now, moving on. The next manager that comes in, I feel sorry for him. I honestly do. Like,
before we even sign a new manager, I want 6-7 players out the door. I don't even want this new manager, whoever it is, to have to deal with Sissoko, Winks, Sanchez. I don't want him to even have to have that thought of when do I play them, what second string team. Forget that. Get these men out of the door, and then bring in a new manager that's going to deal with the players that are actually going to stay at this club.
The thing is, I was on Holly's channel, and we were talking about managers, and she asked me, if you was a manager right now, would you want to come to Tottenham?
No.
And I had to say no. I was like, hell no. Why on earth would I want to come to this club?
Come to Tottenham when the players aren't that great and you haven't even got a decent budget to work with. No. Why? Why would you do it?
I don't even want to go to Tottenham, bro, other than for chicken.
Trust me. I don't even want to put the shirt on anymore, man, let alone manage it.
Gio has played 71 games and only completed 90 minutes 8 times. What does that say?
I mean. He needs a bit of
Lamella vibes. That's what it is.
Care home. He's
I think give him another season.
I can't do that. This summer, listen, I've heard rumors about Atletico. Listen, come and get your guy, innit?
Come and get your boy.
Come and get him. Come collect him, please.
Manager though.
Huh?
What you don't say about the Ajax?
I want him. I wouldn't mind him at all.
Listen, here's my opinion on the new managers.
We said anyone. Give it to anyone.
It's true,
It's not that. It's that. Look at all the managers we've hired and fired. We've tried the young managers. We've tried the experienced managers. We've tried the serial winners.
Yeah, it's true.
So for me right now, I don't care who comes in. As long as it's not Nuno, as long as it's not Roberto Martinez, as long as it's not Eddie Howe, as long as it's not Sarri, as long as it's not those 4 names.
We're getting Potter.
Everyone else that we're linked with,
I'll take him.
Everyone else that we're linked with, I don't mind. I'll take Graham Potter. I'll take Ten Hag. I don't mind, innit? At the end of the day, they're gonna have to try and work with what they've got, right? They might get some tune out of this, and then same things are gonna happen. So for me, it's not a matter of who is the manager. It's a matter of, do we put these players up for sale? Do we ease on the negotiation prices, get them out, and get the right players in? But
the thing is, what worries me is, what if a new manager comes in and they say, I actually like Sissoko, I like Dyer.
I don't think that there is anyone in this world.
I wouldn't put it past them, I'm telling you.
I don't think there's anyone in this world that works in football that will be happy with those players at a club looking to go. Listen, no, don't get me wrong.
Leave him with brainwash them.
Don't get me wrong, yeah. Don't get me wrong, yeah. Managers in League 2, they'll love players like Sissoko, yeah, because that's his level, right? But managers at our level will not be happy with this squad. They won't.
I hear you, Ash. I do hear you, yeah. But obviously, everyone views football differently, innit? We've all got different favourite footballers for different reasons. A manager might come in, see a player like Sissoko or Winks and feel like, I like his style of football, I can make him better. And they'll think that, and then he's next thing you know, he stays in the team. And not only just that, these type of players, Sissoko, Winks, Sanchez, they might see a new manager come in and think, you know what, I like his philosophy, I like the idea of him. Let me stay at this club and I can get better.
See it happening.
And this is a good comment, yeah. Hold on. This is a good comment, yeah, about Ten Hag. Like, obviously, I don't follow this Dutch league too tough, so I don't know too much about it. What I know about him is he does like to bring youngsters through, yeah. But Jay Spurs goes, I hope we get Ten Hag from Ajax and a director of football. But to play his football, he needs technical ballers. That's a fact. You look at the Ajax team, right? Technically, Frank de Jong, Donny, Hakim, Ziyech, they're all technically very good. They can play one-touch, two-touch football. Yeah. When you've got players like Sissoko who plays football like he's wearing lubes, you're not gonna get. You're not gonna get. You're not gonna be able to play this one-touch, two-touch football with players like this. You're not gonna do it. I mean, you can try it on the training pitch, but how long is it gonna take?
No, it's facts. It is facts. Sissoko, bro. That's what I'm saying. These players can't be here when our new manager arrives.
Even Lucas Moura can't play one touch too. Lucas Moura's one touch is a pass. His first touch is a pass. Terrible.
Second, he's not Brazilian, fam. I've been telling man.
Nah, he's from Bolivia.
He's got these couple spurts, yeah. He's got these couple spurts, but he ain't really got the technical ability that man think he has. He doesn't.
Listen, I am not hopeful whatsoever. New manager. I'm like you, Ash. I'm just like,
I'm not hopeful. I'm not hopeful for a new manager because I asked myself, what? Yes, we should listen. Don't get me wrong. Yes, we should be doing better this season, right? We've dropped too many points. We dropped too many points against very weak opposition where we shouldn't have. And it's not even dropping points. It's the performances against these teams, the Fulhams, the Palaces, the Wolves, that haven't been good enough, right? The performance is not good enough. But I struggle to think if any manager can come in and get something out of this team. The fundamentals are there. The players have to go.
Bro,
no manager.
Yeah? Bring on the Super League, bro. Let it come back.
No, Callum, what you doing?
Nah,
man. Listen, do you know what? Yeah. Listen, create a system. Create some. Listen, these men know what they're doing. Yeah. Create something where you reward top 4 team. And do you know what? Perez even said this. Yeah. Perez said that maybe we delivered it wrong. He said maybe if we allow teams that finish in the top 4 in their domestic leagues to come into the Super League, then I'm all for it. Bring it on. No, the piece is there. Run me that piece.
I'm selfish.
Run me that piece.
Run me that piece.
Listen, I would rather be. Listen,
regardless of where we finish, give it to me. Let's have it. Let's have it. Though.
You know what? Yeah. You know when Daps was saying Spurs fans were twerking for the Super League? That is you two right now.
That
is you two.
Of course.
God, because you know what?
Listen, listen. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I'm against the fact that teams are there.
Football is bad for football. Whatever. Is it bad for top?
It's
bad for football. Yeah, and I don't agree that teams are not allowed to be relegated, and I don't agree with that because what you're doing is when you're not allowing the top 4 to go, you're therefore killing the competition in the league. If you're not fighting for the title, then what's the point of?
That's what I didn't like about it.
I don't like. But listen, I'd rather be in it than out of it. So listen,
I've been a Tottenham fan for 20+ years. Blood, sweat, and tears, man's put into this club. What have I got back? One measly Carling Cup. Nothing else, bro. I've seen us in about 5 finals. 4 of these finals we ain't scored. I ain't seen no trophies, but one meaty trophy. Give me European Super League. 400 mil a season.
I mean, listen, the Super League wasn't a bad idea. It's just hadn't been.
I don't care if it's bad for football, bro. Forget the lesser teams. I'll be selfish today.
You really think we'd survive in a Super League,
bruv? You need to forget about the Super League, bruv. You need to put that energy, bruv. You need to forget about the Super League. You need to put that energy into getting a new Wi-Fi, bruv.
Your Wi-Fi's moving mad. It's because I ain't got a mic. It's because I ain't got a mic. My audio is probably rubbish, isn't it?
Oh, you lot are kidding me, man.
Do you know what? Yeah, like. Anyway, the Super League is what I think the Super League will come back. I think they're gonna make some tweaks to it. The Super League will come back. Like Perez said.
On the manager though, we're getting Graham Potter. I've told myself.
You know what? Yeah,
this is gonna
telling you
happen
this right now. I will back that guy with everything I've got because I genuinely do believe Graham Potter has got a big future ahead of him. I genuinely do believe that. I think he's the best English manager.
No, I think he's good. I'm just,
like,
I'm not sure.
When you look at the statistics here of Brighton, they're actually phenomenal. You know, they concede. Yeah. They're in the top 5 for the fewest shots conceded. Yeah, they create some. They're in the top 5 for the most chances created. Their forwards can't finish their dinner. Yeah. I honestly think Graham Potter.
You know what? Yeah. Bring me Basuma. Bring me. Do you know what? I'll even take Lewis Dunk. I'll take Lewis Dunk, bro. I'll take him. Trossard, all them, Mopay. Bring them. Come. You know what? I'm all for it.
Listen, if we get Graham Potter, his number 1 job is to bring Tariq Lamptey and Basuma.
Lamptey as well. Yes. Oh, do you know what? It's going to work.
Right? And this is the thing, right? Graham Potter, listen, I've watched Brighton multiple times this season because I generally do enjoy watching them play football. If their forwards can finish their dinner, they'll be sitting in the top half of the Premier League table. They're that good, right?
It's transfers though. I just think, from what Graham I've heard, Potter.
Yeah, the reason why Graham Potter's come up is because of the statistics. When you look at the statistics, he does everything right. The forwards can't do it. I reckon if he came here, we'd play an attractive brand of football. Defense would be better. I think he'd be a good manager. I honestly do. But like I said, it's the fundamentals. It's the core of the problem. The manager can come, having you bounce, same thing. Listen.
You know something else I want to touch on real quick here is I'm sick of people saying, "Oh, if you man kept Mourinho for the final,
get out of here with that nonsense, man."
I hate that, man.
I hate that shit, man.
And I don't understand why people don't get it. That Mourinho wouldn't have changed anything. We played that game defensively as it is, and we done fine defensively. Going forwards, we didn't do nothing. There's nothing about the way we played that Mourinho would have massively impacted, or Mourinho would have won it because he's got experience. Mourinho ain't won a trophy since he won Europa League with United. What was that, 4 years ago?
And the trophies he won at United, he beat Ajax and Southampton. Take that as you want.
Mourinho's not the Porto manager and the Chelsea manager that people think he used to be. He's not that anymore. So why people think he would have suddenly won us that final?
And it was a Jose that, let's be honest, like the environment was toxic. It was so hostile under Jose. Like, it was never going to work, really. But the only thing I will say is I do question whether it was the right decision to sack him before a final. I just think, you know what, give him the one more game and see what happens. Because at the end of the day, you can't bring in that manager to bring trophies, and then when you've got the opportunity, you don't let him do what he's brought in to do. So I can kind of see it, but I'm with you though, Callum. Like, it wouldn't have changed nothing. Wouldn't have changed nothing.
I don't like him.
Oh, me either.
You know what? Yeah, moving on now. Yeah, I was having this conversation today. Yeah, about the senior players in our squad. Listen, we need a mass rebuild. We need a mass clear out, yeah? And we ain't got funds. So for me personally, I don't know about you guys, yeah? But Jay Spurs asked the question, listen, if someone brings me 70, 80 million for Son, goodbye.
No, we have to consider it. We have to consider selling Son or Kane.
It's not me selling him. Okay. Because it's not me selling Son because I don't think he's been good enough this season, and I think he's
not at all.
It's not that, right? And yes, he's been one of our best players, and I admit that. The reason why I would sell him is because we need money, yeah. And I think he's out of the big money players we got, he's the easiest one to replace.
If we're talking about the big players, it would have to be Son because, bro, man's not Ace Boogie to be selling Kane, bro.
And the thing is, yeah, when I look at Son, yeah, you can't deny he's a purple patch player. He goes on, for people that don't know what that means, he goes on a run of games, maybe 8, 9 or 10 games, and puts in brilliant performances, scores goals, gets assists. And then what happens? Every season, he goes missing. Yes, he's done well in big games for us. Yes, he scored the goals against Man City. But you can't let that cloud your eyes from the fact that he's not consistent enough. So when I'm looking at our squad, I'm looking at someone that's going to give me value for money. Yes, there's not just Son. Yes, there is the dead wood. But like I said, we need a spine and we need a whole right arm. We need a right back. I hate to say it now. I said it before. I didn't think we needed a right back. We need one now. I take that back. We need a right back.
We need two. We need two.
We need a right back. We need a right winger. We need a centre mid, and we need a centre back. Maybe 2 centre backs. We need 4 players. Selling the deadwood, right? Realistically, you're going to get about 70, 80 mil for our deadwood, right? That is not enough to get top quality of the 4 positions I just mentioned. We need a good 150 million minimum.
And you know what? I add Dele Alli to that as well. I want this guy out of here.
No. Add Dele Alli to
get out of here.
For me, Dele Alli's part of the deadwood list, yeah?
Why did he get brought on, by the way?
I'm talking non-deadwood list. And for me, there's also another player that's part of the non-deadwood list who I'm now moving into the deadwood list. Lo Celso, I'm sorry. I am sorry. It's time to go. Give me the money. Listen, for me, you can get about 25 to 30 mil for him. I'm taking that, yeah? So if you give us about 150 to 180 million, I think that's good enough for us to get 4 or 5 key players that we need. Yeah. And for me, do you know what? I would want 2 centre backs, but I would settle for 1 if we strengthened all the other areas of the pitch. Yeah. Because for me, I still love Toby Alderweireld. Yeah. And I still feel he's a senior member of the squad, right? There is never, ever any doubt in my mind that guy plays for the badge. Never a doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
He's a professional. He loves this club and he plays for the badge. There's no one. He's one of the players that we need at this team, right? We need in the dressing room. We need him. Listen, Godfrey, if we sell him, I'm done. That is it. That will be it for me. I'll be done. I'm done with this. If we sell Toby Alderweireld and we've got every other donkey in this dressing room, yeah, that's it for me, man. I can't.
The thing with Son and Kane, maybe not Kane, but with Son, we have to remember they're not young as well. Realistically, how many more seasons have we got out of him?
That's what I'm saying.
Sell him now when we can actually get the big money and bring a younger player in who I think we can get a player just as good as Son. And if they're not as good now, they can be that in the next couple of seasons. We just need someone that's fresh blood. I'm tired, man.
And the thing is, you can give me some anomalies and say, it's not true. And I agree. But at the end of the day, right, most Premier League players, they give you 5 years at a high level in the Premier League. Hardly any players last longer than 5 years giving you their best years. There are some anomalies like Alan Shearer.
You are beating their brother's missus.
Who?
And don't condone on this channel. Yeah.
But so hear what I'm saying about Son, yeah? There's very few players that give you longer than 5 years, right? Son has given us 5 years in the Premier League, yeah? He's coming to the point now where he's going to sign his last big contract in football, his last big money contract. He's 28 now, right? So his last big contract will be about 3 years, 28, 29, 30, 31, yeah? So he'll be 31 turning 32. That's your last big contract, right? I don't think we should be the club to give him his last big contract. He's, for me, like I said, it's not the fact that I don't think he's good enough. Do you know, if we was close to winning the title, if we was close to challenging for a title, I'd sign him up, Get him signed and get better players around him and go for the title. But the fact that we're so far away from there, and this squad needs new blood. We need money. It's got to
Something's got to give. Something's got to give. And the thing is, we're getting to, we've got to keep him. And I get that, but sometimes, you know what? When you let go of something, it's the best thing you can do. It could be for the better.
Look at Liverpool with Coutinho.
Exactly. You only have to use that as an example.
Liverpool never wanted to sell Felipe Coutinho, right? They sold him, and then they went and bought Van Dijk and Alisson, 2 of their most key players in their title win. I'm not saying we're going to go and win the title by selling Son, but all I'm saying is it could be for the best for both people, for both him and for the club.
But you know what? Yeah, I commend you two for being able to just talk about next season. I've not got it in me right now. I've watched Spurs be a nearly club all my life, and the thing is, people will tell me, but What about the people that support Burnley and Brighton? It's a whole different thing because when you
it's a different thing because for those guys, it's just having a something to do on the weekends.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
If you support Burnley and you stay up, you're happy. See, supporting Tottenham, yeah, we're that club that's always mentioned around some of the best teams in the country. We're nearly there, title race, couple seasons, couple semi-finals, couple finals. Never make it over the line. You know, heartbreak. Every season, I'll believe. No matter what I watched the season before, I'll believe. Yeah, we can challenge for something. We'll get some type of silverware. Maybe we'll sign someone. Money talks. Dave and Fredo. Nothing happens. Nothing happens, bro. Every season, man, give my energy to this club. And what do they give me in return?
Nothing.
Nada. Nothing.
The only good thing about the Skywalk is it gave us a name for this podcast. Other than that, I don't care about walking 40 foot above the sea. Man, scared of heights.
Trust me. Oh, mate, this club will be the end of us, man. I swear.
I think the priorities are, like I was saying earlier, yeah. Priorities of this club are in the wrong place. Daniel Levy's priorities are in the wrong place.
But that's the thing. Do we really think new players and new manager is going to change anything?
The objectives of our owners, yeah, is profit over glory. They are in this game because for the money, for the profit aspect. Daniel Levy, you can go check the quotes for when they owned Rangers. They care more. They are in for this game to make money from football. They felt that football was underexploited, and that's what they're trying to do. They don't really care about winning trophies. Their expectations are to get us in the top four. Why? Because the top four brings money. It brings more money than trophies. Top four brings more money than the FA Cup will. It does. That's a fact, right? When you have like Daniel Levy and Jose Mourinho had a bust up over the team selection for Southampton because Jose wanted to rest players and go for the trophy. Daniel Levy said, no, top four is more important. This is it. When the mentality at the club is not to win trophies, it feeds down.
Yeah, it feeds down. Yeah,
feeds down. When the instructions are, when not the instructions, the expectations are not there. What do the players have to live up to? What do they have?
But that's the thing. That's why when the minute players leave, your Modric, your Bale, Eriksen. Look at Eriksen. He's gonna win a trophy. He's gonna win the league.
Why? Because he's going somewhere where he's got a manager that demands trophies. Inter Milan are a huge club. You have to win trophies at Inter Milan. You have to challenge for the league. You have to win the Coppa d'Italia. You've got to win them trophies. The expectation is there. So when they go there, everyone around them has got this mentality, this expectation of win at all costs. You win. And when you go to a club where the mentality is not to win, you will lose. And it doesn't matter who you are, because Harry Kane could go to any team in the world and he's winning title after title. Heung-min Son can go to any team in the world and he's going to win. He'll win titles. It's a mentality problem at the club that stems from the top and filters down to the bottom.
You only have to look at what Ryan Mason said in the build-up. Oh, you know, if we don't win, we've still got our DNA. That tells you everything, man.
What's our DNA? Perennial losers.
Bottle Job FC.
What is our DNA? Bottlers.
We have to keep it real. We have to keep it real. We're losing.
Bottlers, man.
What is the DNA? The nearly team.
Like I was saying to these two before we started the show, yeah, I can't keep backing Tottenham and backing the fan. These lot don't pay my bills. I can't be here every day saying, oh, but Tottenham with this, Tottenham, we're bottle jobs. I have to admit it. Why am I here defending a club like they pay my rent? They don't, bro. They don't. All they do is give man stress every week. And I'm still here. Why? Why am I still here? Loyalty, bro. That's why
we're in the mud.
It's the thing is, it's the hope that kills you. And it's the hope that kills you every season. It's the hope that kills you from the board where they put things out and say, you know, oh, Tottenham have agreed a fee for Bruno Fernandes. 2 weeks later, we end up with Lo Celso. Oh, Tottenham have agreed a deal for Dybala. Oh, deal collapses last minute. It's the hope that kills you.
It's true. We even bottle transfers. That's the thing. We bottle everything. Bottle games, bottle transfers. That's the DNA,
and one of the biggest things is we don't, when we get rid of these good players, we don't replace them. Listen, Aurier, it was apparent after a year and a half that he was no Walker replacement. So what do? You give him another year, finish off that second year, and you move him on out the club. Eriksen, we didn't even attempt to replace him. Lo Celso was not an Eriksen replacement. I'm not.
I don't know what Lo Celso is meant to be honest with you. I can't lie.
Lo Celso was another signing for our care home. That's what it was. He was another signing for the care home that we've got. Filling up the beds in the hospital ward in our dressing room. That's what Lo Celso was. Wasn't an Eriksen replacement. We got a Dembele replacement after how many years? Dembele left. How many years did it take us to sign in Ndombele?
3, innit?
This is it. You lose these players, you get money.
We still won't replace Carl Walker because remember, Aurier, wasn't he the backup for Trippier? Or Trippier was the backup and then we got Aurier.
Trippier was the backup for Walker.
Yeah.
And they just said, yeah, Trippier can fill his boots.
Yeah.
Trippier wasn't good enough. And then Trippier's left and we got Aurier.
No,
I remember years ago we were linked to João Moutinho, went to Wolves. Who did we sign? Look at the first signings Pochettino made. Frederick Fazio, Eric Dyer, Benjamin Stambouli.
Ben Davies.
What kind of signings are these?
Of course Kane thought that. Of course Kane thought that. Because you see when Walker left, yeah, I said fair play to him. He's gone to City. He's earned his move away. He's earned his big money move. Man's gone City and he's won everything you can win other than the Champions League, which they might win this season. Man's won everything. Premier League, Carabao's, FA Cups, everything.
That's why Danny Rose pushed for it as well. Like when he saw Carl Walker leave, I don't know, I think there was an issue with wages and that. Yeah. But he wanted to dip as well because he's thinking, I'm seeing my mate, he's winning everything. Oh, mate.
And I think with Carl Walker, yeah, I think where Harry Kane's different. Harry Kane's wanted to do it with Tottenham. I think where Carl Walker's at is I don't care who I win trophies with. I want to win trophies. And at the end of the day, legacy is cemented by trophies. You can have all the goal scoring records, but when you have all the goal scoring records, people are going to ask, what did he win? And listen, I don't think Harry Kane is going to win anything significant at this club, and I'd hate to see it. I would hate to be that fan.
No chance.
Harry Kane never won a trophy with you guys. Oh my God.
Do you not remember 3-4 years ago, 2017, Kane done an interview and he said, if I haven't won a few trophies at Spurs in 3 years' time, I'll be very, very disappointed. In 4 years, he ain't won nothing.
When did he say that?
2017.
2017, he said it in an interview. He said, obviously, Tottenham, where we played the last 2 seasons, we aim to win trophies.
Do you know what?
In the next 3 years, I'm very disappointed. He's not won nothing.
Do you know what? There's one thing I have no doubt in my mind. I have no doubt in my mind that he's going to tell Daniel Levy, I want to go. I have no doubt in my mind.
Yeah. You can't blame him, though. You can't blame him.
You can't blame him. And the thing is, not one Spurs fan can blame him for wanting to leave this club. And if you do, you're an idiot because he's given his absolute all to this club. We have failed him, right? Players and manager and board have all failed him. I'm not trying to say, everyone is to blame in this situation. We failed him. He stayed low and wanted to win it with us. He hasn't done it, and we have to grant him his wish away from this club. If I'm Daniel Levy and he says I want to leave, I'll say all right. As long as someone puts up the money, I'll grant you your wish.
Because really and truly, Levy's got to give him a reason to stay. What are those reasons that he should stay at this club? Does anyone have one?
And the thing is, right?
Nothing.
And the thing is, right? Harry Kane's already been in this situation. He's already been in a situation where they're like, right, I want to stay, but I want to see ambition. I want to see big signings. He's already been in. I know it's obvious he's already been in that situation, right? He's already been there, and he's already said, right, I want to see the club moving forward. I want to see the club have ambition, and they haven't shown it. And now it's too late, right? The guy's 28 years old, right? If he stays at this club 1-2 years, 28, 29, 30, he's going to be 30 with no trophies.
It's sad, It's actually so sad.
And 30 with no trophies, you've missed your big money move. And the thing is, going back to what Tanya said with Son, yeah, if we don't sell him now, If we don't sell him now, we've missed out on that big money opportunity for Son, because this is it. This is the time now to get big money for him. If you try to sell him the year after or the year after that, it's done. You're going to get a lot less.
But this club, they don't like to cut their losses. Even Eriksen, for me, we should have sold him time ago. It's not the right decision. I wanted Eriksen to stay, of course, but towards the end, let's be honest, he was dead.
Needy.
He gone time ago. And we could have got more money for him. We had to settle in the end. What was it? How much did he go for? I don't even know. Peanuts, probably.
Peanuts.
This is what we do. we end up letting go, and it's too late.
We don't act smart enough in the transfer window. You need to know from looking at your players, looking at their contracts, looking at their age. Yeah. When is the time to sell them? Listen, let's be honest, right? Son is not going to get any better. He's not. He's not going to get any better than he is now, right? He's going to give you the same thing year in, year out, right? So for the value, he has to go. This is a good comment from Jay Spurs. We have actually increased the workload for Harry Kane over the years because he used to have Dele behind him. He used to have Eriksen behind him. We have. Now you see Harry Kane dropping into midfield, trying to pick the ball up because no one else is doing anything.
Why are the board not seeing this?
If he had an Eriksen type player in that midfield, he wouldn't need to do that. Or if he had fullbacks, this is my thing. If he had fullbacks that were constantly bombing forward, putting crosses into the box, getting to the byline and whipping in cutbacks, he wouldn't have to do that. And he'd have confidence in this team to produce for him. He doesn't have the confidence in his team to produce for him. This whole thing about Mourinho's got Kane dropping deep. Why do you think that is?
Bro, you know what annoys me? People say, but when Kane drops deep, he's good at it. Kane is a good footballer. If he played centre-back in our next game, he would be our best centre-back. Even defensively, bro, he's genuinely he's a good footballer no matter where he plays. Of course, he's going to be good dropping deep. As good as he is doing that, the only reason he does it is because we don't have a number 10. I want to see Kane playing in a number 9, scoring. Yeah. I know he's top scorer. I know all of that. He's a good footballer. I want to see him naturally staying in that number 9 position with a competent 10 behind him, feeding him the ball, giving him opportunities, rather than watching him have to create chances for himself.
We need a goal-scoring midfielder, man.
And Madrid wanted 80 million for Eriksen,
See, that's what I mean. We didn't want it.
And we put a ridiculous 100 million for Eriksen. Are you off your head?
Why would you not take that 80
and
mil?
And the thing is, you take 80 mil for Eriksen, that's more than enough money to replace him. And we end up selling him for like under 20 mil. It's no one at this football club knows what they're doing. They think that let me hold on to this guy because 2 years ago he was good. They don't. Daniel Levy has no clue of how to run this football club from a footballing point of view. From a business point of view, I commend him. Fantastic. Because he's a businessman. That's what his forte is. When it comes to footballing wise, he hasn't got a clue. So we need a sporting director to come in and understand and say, no, a player like Eriksen and Son, if we get the big money now, they have to go.
It's facts, because the thing is, if Son does...
Because Daniel Levy doesn't know. Daniel Levy thinks, he was good 2 years ago. That's why he loved Dele Alli, because of how good he was. But you have to understand, players change. Their body change. Their body physically changes. Mentally, they get exhausted. Things happen. You're not going to get someone who's mentally exhausted, physically exhausted to go back to what it was 2 years ago. How often does it happen with a player?
Well, Son's been here for how many years? He's been one of our best players, cool. But like you lot are saying, if we don't get rid of him soonish, he's going to get to the point where he's deteriorating in value. He's getting
That's what I'm saying. And not only deteriorating in value, he's going to be at the club on a big contract.
Yep.
And then what's going to happen is, according to our business model, we won't be able to sign other big players because we keep the ratio of our wages to revenue quite low. Our wages are 42% of our revenue, right? So if you've got Son at, let's say, argument's sake, 29, 30, underperforming, you've got him on massive wages, you now can't sign other players because you don't want to increase that 42%. So you're now limiting yourself, just like Arsenal. They couldn't sign other players.
That's who we're turning into, you know.
Arsenal's wages were 72% of their revenue. That's one of the highest in the Premier League, right? They couldn't sign big players because they had Ozil on 350k a week. If you take it, and we could be in that position in a couple of years from now. Bro, so time is right.
It was an Egypt thing as well. I know what Madrid are paying half his wages, but we're still paying man 350k a week.
Mate, it makes no sense, man.
In our big games, what's the point?
Do you know what? Yeah, I look at our fixtures remaining this season, and this is the right time to move on now. Bale has to start every single one of these games.
Sheffield I don't even care about fixtures, man.
I will be watching because I can't not watch Spurs.
Of course.
One eye closed. One eye closed. I'll be watching.
Listen, like, Bale's got to start every game. Just take the game to these teams, right? see where we are. Yeah, listen, I got no hope of top 4, but all I'm going to say is see what happens on the last game of the season. We got Leicester, see where it is. Listen, Sheffield United, just play whatever team you want, man. Play whatever team
I'm
you want.
telling you, I just think be experimental. Experiment with the team. Try something different. Try different formation. Because let's be real, this season's done, man. We're not getting top 4. We're not getting top 4. And any Spurs fans thinking we're getting top 4, you're deluded. I'm sorry. You're deluded.
The thing is, the thing is with top 4, the ball's not in our court. It's not
exactly.
in our court.
We have to rely on other teams.
Teams to drop points if we even want to think about top 4.
And you're right, Callum, because if we get top 4, Daniel Levy's going to be thinking these players are good enough. Maybe give us one player, maybe one player here and there. We're going to be in the same position. We're going to go into the Champions League. We're going to get absolutely panned. Absolutely pumped.
So really, where do you lot see us finishing? Like Europa League spots again?
Listen, all I'm hearing is about this European Conference League.
Oh no, I forgot about that. Don't remind me.
We're playing in the Euro Cup 2 next season against the team that, you know what you get if you win the European Conference League? You get a place in the Europa League. Dead trophy, bro. Demolish it. Why have they made this?
Why have you made this trophy? I don't get it. Like,
we still won't win it. We won't win it.
Yeah. Do you know what? We could be in a Conference League and we still won't win that trophy. We ain't gonna win it.
I said at the start of the season,
we can't even beat Dynamo Zagreb.
We had 3 qualifying games to even get into the group stages of the Europa League. I said on Twitter, I'm not watching these qualifying games. You think I'm an idiot? I watched every single one of them.
I watched every single one of them.
Same.
I saw the Celsius score a hat trick
to get into the European Conference League. I'll be watching every single one of them again. Why? Because I'm an idiot.
You're an idiot. Oh, mate.
And you know
we'll
what?
We'll probably get. I'm looking at the table.
Me, like, a lot of our fans, they're happy how we are. I mean, a lot of our fans, they don't really care about the club. A lot of our fans, they support the club.
They're part of the problem.
A lot of the fans are part of the problem because, you know, a lot of our fans, they don't really care about how the clubs run. They don't really, like, they're here. They see it as a day out with their family because they've got nothing else to do on the weekend. And, we'll go watch Spurs. And there's no expectation.
You know what? Them lot are probably happier than us. They're probably happier than us. I might have to adopt that mentality.
Yeah, because think of it, before, look at the Arsenal fans. They love that club more than us fans love our club. As a collective, you can't tell me any different. Look what their legends. Look at what their legends are doing. Their legends have come together with the Spotify owner, with the Spotify, and a massive respect to Thierry Henry, Bergkamp, and is it Vieira, right?
Big them up, man.
They're coming together and they're trying to drive their owners out of the club. Where are our legends? Where are they? Why don't they try and help? Something has got to be. Like, listen,
still working for United.
Listen,
Tottenham.
I fully commend Daniel Levy and Joe Lewis for what they've done so far in terms of a business aspect. But now it's time to move it on and let somebody else take this club forward.
I'm sick of hearing that though. Like, they've done good business for the club. I'm sick of hearing that.
They have.
At the end of the day, when we need them most, they don't deliver. They don't buy players when we need them. They go for option Z instead of option A. I'm tired, man. You think I said this, and I know you lot are a fan of this stadium, but Poch said it. A wise man once said, if you don't have the furniture, why are you bothering? Why are you bothering?
Man, I prefer the old stadium.
Give me old stadium. This is what I'm beating for a whole season. Give me that dirty stadium right now. I'll take it, I'll take it.
That's like having a nightclub, a fancy nightclub, but you got no things inside.
That's a libertine, just man them.
Just man, no things.
What's the point?
The point?
It's dead. Even that last season at White Hart Lane, where we had 1/6 of the stadium missing, it was still better than the new stadium. And that's facts.
And I'm hearing the atmosphere's dead as well anyway. The atmosphere's not even the same. Who cares?
Let me say something about the atmosphere. I think the reason why it's bad is because it's a mentality thing. People think that it's not the same, and now now we're not gonna be like we normally are, but the atmosphere is electric in that stadium. Like, don't get it twisted.
One of the last games I was at the Lane, the new stadium. I'm seeing a gal in front of me revising her GCSEs, bro, with a big microscopes, bro. During a football match, revising GCSEs. No one cares, bro. No one cares about watching Tottenham. Not even our fans.
She just wanted the day out, innit?
You know what? I hope she got an A.
But like I was saying, no disrespect to these fans, but a lot of our fans are fans that are similar to clubs like Brighton. They see football as a distraction. They see it as a way to spend times on their weekend. That's what they see this as. They see it like Brighton fans, like, yeah, let's get the family out for a day, spend time on the weekend.
Yeah, come on, boys, it's fine, let's have it, lads. Come on.
That's what they see it, and they don't. I feel that a lot of our fans don't feel the passion, and like this comment here from the Macronio. See the protests outside the Emirates on Friday. Those are fans that love their club and want. Look at our protest.
I had a bloody, what was it, a violin or something?
You had an Ed Sheeran wannabe at our protest.
That wasn't a protest, bro. That wasn't a protest. That was a gathering. More than 6 people, bro.
You had a man at a protest. You had a man at a protest who had gone and bought something from the club shop. What kind of a protest is that?
One of them was wearing Arsenal socks as well. Did you see that? They're wearing Arsenal socks.
How are you protesting ownership, but you're running and checking a club shop? Are you a dickhead? Are you a dickhead?
No, apparently there's protest though, 15th of May. Listen, if we're gonna run it up, run it back, I'm there.
Listen,
I'm actually there.
I'm not a protesting man, but that's an excuse to get out the yard, go Chick King. I'll probably be there, but I'm not a protesting man. You ain't gonna see me.
I'm not. Do you know what? I agree with you. I'm not a protesting man, but
even if I believe
I'm there.
Even if I believe in a cause, that's not really my style. I'm not gonna be there with chanting with a big megaphone and a wooden homemade band.
Eat the cat.
I'll be in Chick King. Pick up everyone that is protesting.
Yeah, do you know? Listen, whichever club you support, big up to everyone that is there showing their voices, man. Because,
big up.
Listen. There's a lot of clubs that have owners that it's got to a point where fans can't take it anymore. Fans need to make their voices heard. Arteta said it. He said fans have got every right to do what they're doing, and it takes bravery to protest. It does. Like,
bro, we should have brought cups because we ain't got none, bro. We ain't got none.
Do you know what Dap said to me in that video? He goes, "Sorry, mate, you couldn't have the Carabao Cup, but here's a Carabao drink." And you know what Jay replied? He's like, "Oh, it's a shame they ain't got a cup to put it in."
He's right.
According
to him, me and Ash were watching the game from the dungeon. Get me? That's what we were doing. No, cupless, bro. That's what we are.
Do you know what? Yeah.
I have to embrace it. I can't stay here fighting for. Bro, we ain't won trophies, bro. I have to embrace it.
You just gotta laugh, innit, boys? You just gotta laugh.
Man. But you know what? Yeah, we'll wrap it up there. But listen, I just hope for a strong. I'm just gonna hope for a strong end to the season. I'm still gonna watch every game because I'm an idiot. Let's just hope for a strong end. Listen, we'll see where we are. Listen, even if Leicester or Chelsea lose their next game or lose and then draw, I'm still not going to get excited till the very last game of the season. Let's see. Let's not get carried away now. Listen, as fans, let's not get carried away now. Let's see where we are last game of the season, and we take it from there, right? But from now until then, the run of games that we've got, I want to see good performances. I want to see us playing teams off the park. I want to see us scoring goals, creating chances, and not conceding too many. Yeah, that's what I want to see from this team.
You know how I know that we're not making top 4 yet? Because right now it's an uphill battle. In my 20 plus years of being a Spurs fan, as far as I can remember, I've only missed one game. And that was like 5 years ago. We was playing Newcastle, the last game of the season. We basically secured top 4. The only way we wouldn't make top 4 is if we lost by 4 goals. I had a football match, innit? I went out to go kick ball. Man, come back home to find out we lost 5-1.
Yeah, that was a joke, man.
Bro, before that game, we more or less had top 4 there in the bag. Right now, it's an uphill battle. So there's no way we're making top 4. No way.
No, and do you know what? We've got like, as a lot of people don't like it, but we've got to be in the Europa League next season. I'm sorry, we have to be playing in the Europa League because Europa League is the avenue into Champions League. Yeah, we don't win trophies, but I'd rather play Europa League than not play Europa League. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
Listen, this club is stressing us all out. But at the end of the day, thanks everyone for watching. Like, subscribe. The channel's up to subscribers now, so big up Ty, Dap, Soups, Chris.
Yeah, big up everyone, man.
Yeah, congrats, guys.
Other channels, Red Sea Pods, the Blue Wave, Arsenal Way, all of the other channels, big them up as well.
Yeah, shout out to Kojo from Free in Midfield as well for having us on today, man. I enjoyed that. So go follow them, Free in Midfield on Twitter. Go and subscribe to them.
Let everyone know where they can find you, innit?
You can find me on Twitter. I mean, to be fair, I'm not on Twitter this week because I'm ghosting for a bit. But that's my app. Find me on the terrace. Got my own podcast. Episodes drop every Wednesday. So yeah, I'm here, there, and everywhere. People here, there, and everywhere.
Perfect. Right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Next Monday, same thing, similar time. Hopefully, we get a win against Sheffield. But listen, even if we do, it's not much to celebrate. Let's just see where we go from here, innit? But yeah, guys, take care.
On a preview for next week's game, and I don't care. Whatever happens, happens. We'll talk.
Whatever happens, man. Listen, we'll be. I'm comfortable. I'm confident we'll beat Sheffield, but it is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Good night.